Hi guys, Milsurp Nerd here. I wanted to start a new video series about this K98 I just purchased. I picked up a Gunsmith Special Yugo K98 from JG Sales for what I would consider a fair price for what it is. And I wanted to show what I got, what you guys make it, and the process it takes to get from this to a decent shooter, reenactor's weapon, whatever you want to use it for. Now, for a brief history on the Yugos, obviously the Germans made a lot of K98s in World War II, and when they surrendered, they had a lot of troops in Yugoslavia, and the rifles went to the Yugoslavs. And they did not want to waste perfectly good rifles. Who can blame them? And so they reworked them. They would change the barrels if they needed. They would rework the stocks, things like that, re-blue them. They actually did a better job than the Russian captures, in my opinion. Their bluing was a lot better quality. They put a lot more care into it. The stocks weren't that weird shellac. They just put a lot more care into it. They actually stamped the numbers instead of electro-penciling it to match the bolt to the receiver, and they put a new serial number on this side, scrubbed out all the old ones. Stuff like that just showed a little more care than the Russians. Just for a quick, brief history. But this one that I picked up, I was expecting, I'm not going to lie, I was expecting the worst. I was expecting a straight ball handle instead of a curved. I was expecting recoil lug setback to like here, just something god-awful, like a laminate stock that's 8 levels of peeled. I was expecting to miss all the bands. Fortunately, I don't know how well I can show that. Excuse me. I have the bands. I have 2 stamp bands, which is good. I really wanted that. I actually have a sight hood. They said it wouldn't come with a sight hood or a cleaning rod. But, for the bad news, the crack. And this isn't just a simple crack. That's really the biggest bad news. The bore is fine. I cleaned it up. I'll post some pictures of that right now. The bore looks actually fine. It's a little dark, not gonna lie. I don't know if shooting will brighten it up a little. I think so. But I'll have to see that over time. There are some other cool things about this rifle. It does have the Obendorf stamps on the side of the, rear sight base. So it has S42 and some Waffenamps over here. There's still a Waffenamp 2 on the bolt. I haven't looked at it too hard. This is still covered in cosmoline. But I figured I would take a deeper look for it on camera with you guys just to see. So I'm going to see if I can keep this in camera. I've already got this screw mostly started, so I'm able to take that out. Let's see how many... Oh my lord. That is... The finish is nice. Well, on the inside. The finish is pretty much toast. On the outside. It's thinning over here. It's gone up here. So, it's a milled trigger guard. That's something I was also looking for. I have a stamped one as well. There is no magazine... no magazine follower, spring, or floor plate in this one, which I think they all have no magazine. As I mentioned earlier, the stamp bands. Take those guys out. See if I can do this one-handed here without dropping it or something. Oop. There we go. Oh my, there's more cosplay. So I figured the stock was, the crack, was all the way through, and I was right. I want to try, I've talked to a few buddies, I'm going to try to acroglass it, maybe do some pins, after I get rid of the 18 pounds of cosmoline in this stock. There are some Weimar Eagles as well, it looks like. There's some really, really faint ones. Let's see if I can get that in there. Don't know if you can see that. It looks like there's some over on the recoil lug as well. Like I said, it's a little hard for me to see the camera where I am. So that's that crack. Goes all the way through, sadly, and all the cosplay, and you can see Everything else, other than being covered in cosmoline, seems okay. There is an arsenal repair up here somewhere. I just saw it. Yeah, right here. The different colored wood. No other cracks other than that. It's missing the nut. I guess that would be called the nut to the recoil lug. I have another, so that's okay. Flat butt plate, no chipped toe or anything like that. I don't see the Yugo circle stamp, oddly enough. I do see this one. Let's look at the barreled action now. Take the bolt out. Oh yes, the bolt, real quick. It's not in bad shape. It's the bluing is toast in some places, but it's not worn down. I have an extractor. Everything looks okay there. I do see some that looks like a Waffenhaupt. I'm not sure if they would ever put a Waffenhaupt there. I'm used to them being here. Don't quote me on that. I'm no expert. Just a guy who likes them. But it is missing the firing pin spring, bolt shroud, bolt sleeve lock, bolt spring, all that stuff. Safety. Fortunately, I have some extra parts somewhere. Alright, let's look at this guy. Oh my lord. That's even more covered in cosplay. I didn't think it was bad enough already. So obviously you can tell the thinning, or the bluing has worn thin on all the exposed parts of the receiver. But under it, it looks pretty nice. This is a Yugoslav barrel. It has the starburst mark on it. That's generally how you can tell, is if it has Waffenhumps, they left it on. You can also tell if it has no markings. I believe the Yugoslavs would put a cut for the extractor. Don't hold me to that, but that's just what I've heard, and that's on my other example. And I have a German rifle that does not have that cut. Looks like some more. Ooh. Oh my! This is gonna be a pain in the butt, but this is gonna be a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, it's an earlier type of rear sight where it's stamped on both sides. I have another example where it's only stamped on one side, so it's one of the earlier types, not super early, but earlier. Stamp barrel bands. Not, oh, I was gonna say not the really, really crude ones, but these are pretty crude welded wise. And I'll see if I can get a shot of that bore and some up close shots of this. But yeah, I just wanted to introduce this while I could. I might throw some pictures of this all cleaned up, or I might make it another video. I haven't decided yet. But, whew. So far, things are looking pretty promising. I'm not going to lie. If you want to get one of these, I would say pull the trigger, do it while they're still in stock. If you're confident or you have spare parts, if you're confident in stock repair, or if you're confident like you have an extra K98 stock, whether it be laminate or wartime, you know, or it could be Yugo, or it could be just some random Israeli stock you slap it in. But I would recommend picking one of these up, and I will update you guys as soon as I clean it. I think the next video I have will be this, when I get all the cosmoline seeped out of the wood and all this stuff. I'm going to try to order some parts and have it for next one too. And the final video is a little surprise. I'm going to try to shoot some German World War II ammo through it, also on JG sales, and see if I can use this stock. That's what my goal is, to use this stock. It has the Weimar Eagles. It's solid, but solid walnut, excuse me. And I do like the look of it, even though it does have a few repair sections. I like the stories they tell. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope to update it soon. As soon as I get these parts in, I will post a new video with all this cleaned up. Hopefully looking a lot better than this now. Because, oh man, make a sandwich out of that stuff. And let you know how it goes. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for part 2, hopefully very soon, after I recover from breathing all these cosmoline fumes in. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.